We do have an update on Wyatt Teller. Obviously, Wyatt's missed the last couple games. In the San Francisco game, he was juggling playing time with Tevin Jenkins. And now, of course,
Bozo the Clown there.
I did.
Actually juggling.
No, Wyatt's not Bozo. There's a couple Bozos over there, though. I don't know who they are, though. They got to be clowns there, right? We got magicians here. Now, this being said, remember, there was the timeshare with Tevin Jenkins, where after the game, Wyatt said it was performance-related. Kevin Stefanski fibbed and said, no. It was injury-related. Well, today, Kevin Stefanski was asked about Wyatt Teller's status for Sunday.
Need to see really how we come out of it the next 48.
Do you anticipate a rotation?
Yes, but need to see how we do the next 48 hours.
That's great. That's great. Thank you for listening to us, Browns. Hey, that whole Wyatt Teller timeshare with Tevin Jenkins upset everyone in Cleveland. Glad we're getting back to it.
And this part, they didn't even say it's like we're rotating with Tevin Jenkins. They don't even know who he's going to be rotating with. They just know that they want to rotate him.
It's not going to be Garrett Dellinger. No, he's off to Tennessee.
No. Yeah, because they fumbled that in such a ridiculous way. It's got to be so frustrating. And I hope Wyatt, after the game, goes off if they do end up doing the rotation that Stefanski alluded to. It makes no sense. Why in a contract year are going to treat a guy this way?
Yeah, and I'm just going to tell you this. I do put this one on Kevin, and I put it smack dab on Kevin. I don't know. I don't think that Wyatt does. I think a lot of guys over there think that the timeshare and some of the stuff, that it's coming from the front office. Here's the thing. If your head coach had a set on him, this wouldn't be happening.
I mean, he's got to step in and at least go to bat for his guys. And understand what is going around with Wyatt, understand the amount of money that he's playing for, understand how important. I know the remaining 3 games aren't the most important thing in the world, but for guys like Wyatt, they are. Like getting that good PFF grade, getting that good tape, getting all that stuff, it matters for what his future contracts are going to be.
Also, you cannot tell me whether it's Tevin Jenkins, Garrett Dellinger, may he rest in Tennessee, or Skippy Longstocking. I don't even know the guy they just signed to be the backup center/guard.
Yeah, they're not going to be on the team next year.
Well, but you can't tell me they're better than Wyatt Teller.
They're definitely not.
You can't. One-legged Wyatt. I could have a gator come up and bite one of those dudes' legs off, and you can't tell me one of these slappies are better, respectfully, are better than Wyatt Teller. And at some point, you know what it is? This is punishment. That's what this feels like. It feels like Wyatt said something they didn't like. He said the truth, which was, I'm being platooned because of my performance. That's what I've been told. And then he didn't follow Coach Kevy's word to a T. And all of a sudden, we're playing with Wyatt's career. I think it's low class. I think it's beneath them. And there's not a lot beneath the Cleveland Browns over what we've seen the last 25 years. This is beneath them. Every time we bring it up, it really upsets me.
Yeah, it should. I was hoping we'd raised enough of a stink about it that by the time that Wyatt came back, he'd be able to play the whole game and he'd be able to have the remaining 3 games. Hell, I thought he was going to come back last week, if we're being honest about it. But clearly, they don't. I mean, again, they've never cared what anyone, as far as the fan outrage is, but they're not treating him the right way here. Well, and it's very bothersome to me.
Here's the thing. I refuse to believe the guys in that locker room like this either.
How could they? They're seeing the best player, one of the better players, not be able to play. And for what?
Because we got to see what we have in Isaiah. I was going to say Isaiah McGuire. That's a real guy that's on the team. I was trying to make up a name, and I ended up naming a real Browns player. It's whatever schlub they just signed to be on the practice squad that they'll elevate on Sunday. Or maybe we'll get Zach Zinter, which at some point, guys, you have your answer on Zach Zinter. If he cannot, and this is not I don't have a problem with Zach, other than the fact that they've clearly kept him on the roster at the expense of other places, knowing he can't play. Just knowing flat out Zach Zinter is not an NFL offensive lineman. I know, because they would have played him at some point. Why are you protecting this guy? So if Zach Zinter's the guy, with all due respect to Zach, because he is apparently a really classy dude, people in Michigan, although this no longer really carries water, people in Michigan say he was the heart and soul of that championship team with love and respect. It's not about the human being that is Zach Zinter. It's about the player and the fact he's not been able to be out there. So you're going to do a timeshare with Wyatt Teller in a game you need all hands on deck on just to maybe keep it within the chance of keeping it within the 10.5 points Vegas has given you.
And I can hear what a lot of listeners out there are thinking to themselves, Jonathan, Nick, you guys are just doing this so Shador's got a better offensive line and he's got a better chance. Well, yeah, that is part of it. But also, how about Quinshon Judkins, too? The idea that Judkins has been hit on 50% of his runs behind the line of scrimmage would probably tell you need to put the best offensive line imaginable out there. Maybe you don't put your running back in position to get killed. Maybe give him a chance to, do what Travion Henderson just did last week against this Bills team, where he went for 150 and 2 touchdowns.
In which way? I think this is what's interesting, is when I go to what gives the Browns the best chance to win on Sunday, it's playing Wyatt Teller all game. And let's just assume he's healthy enough to do it, because he was healthy enough to do it against San Francisco. So that's one feather in the cap of playing Wyatt Teller all game. Let's go to the second one. All right, well, what's better for the young rookie quarterback or the young... Okay, it's playing Wyatt Teller.
Yeah.
What's better for that locker room? What do you think that locker room will respect more? Oh, is it playing Wyatt Teller? Okay, so that one's that. What do fans want to see? Yeah. Oh, is it Wyatt Teller too? Oh, so who in the hell wants to see somebody that isn't Wyatt Teller at right guard? And oh, by the way, you're trying to evaluate Luke Whippler, who, again, he's a 6th-round pick. I hope he ends up being something, because he's an Ohio State kid, and he seems, again, like they drafted another good dude up front. But, like, if you want to give Luke Whippler the best chance to succeed, you play the best guy on the field.
And it's not like
who is it benefiting?
It's not like you're without a lot of a lack of talent on the offensive line already. KT Levinston is still going to be out there on the right side. Cam Robinson will still be there on the left side. You have enough people that will make sure that your quarterback gets killed and your running back still has barely a chance. But you have to at least give them an opportunity with the guard center guard combo. At least give them a chance.
And to people who say Wyatt isn't what he once was, you can say that if you want. You can't say he's not their best offensive lineman. You can't. And honestly, the interior part of the offensive line was rough early in the season, and they figured it out. The problems in the middle of the season had been the tackle position, and in the San Francisco game, Wyatt graded out as the best offensive lineman in the San Fran game. So what leg do you have to stand on other than, I love this. By the way, tape, if you say, well, I see it on tape. For a lot of social media and a lot of sports media, it does tend to be, and I know I'm saying this, and just real clear, I'm saying this like watch the tape on Shedeur Sanders. You actually do see some of the big plays there, but for like offensive linemen specifically, if you don't want to give PFF their flowers and you don't want to do this, you want to just say watch the tape.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. I'm infuriated for Wyatt, because there's no way he's looking at this and saying this is fair. There's no way the players are looking at this and saying that it's fair. It speaks to what they are right now. And this Browns team with Stefanski, this is who you've become. It's I'm going to say disgusting, but it's borderline. It's just egregious.
Guys, I know this is a popular Shaporter take. I don't think Wyatt got benched because he was nice to Shedeur.
I don't think so either.
Because Joel didn't get benched for doing like a similar thing the next week.
Yeah, no, I don't think this has anything to do with Shedeur, but it certainly doesn't help the idea that you should be trying to protect Shedeur as often as you possibly can.
Oh, no, it's a galactically stupid idea to do a platoon at right guard specifically.
I'm just trying to figure out what the win is.
Not a rookie center, but with a center who doesn't have a lot of actual on-field experience in the NFL.
Like at least a couple weeks ago when they were trying to make it Tevin Jenkins, it was like, all right, are they trying? And it didn't make sense then. I'm just trying to rationalize it. But like, none of it makes sense. I can't figure out where they're coming from and why they continue to do this, except the idea that they know they're not going to pay Wyatt Teller long term, and they're giving him just a drastic and big middle finger and saying, screw you. It's not great. Don't love any bit of it.